Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to take a look at Swagtron EB-5, the new foldable electric bike from Swagtron. Let me tell you straight away that I spent almost 3 weeks with this electric bike. I took it to work, I tested the range, I tested the durability. I myself am a 260 pounds guy, so I am almost at the maximum weight limit of this thing. So trust me, I tested it at its limits, and this is a fun review.
So you turn it on, you see the indicators here, and then just go. That's right, hit the road, Jack. Hey, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack.
You know what, let's make it a bit more structured. Let's talk about the portability issue. So it's a decent foldable electric bike size. The electric motor is actually sealed within the rear tire, so that's why it's not visible. And then the battery is, I believe, concealed within the foldable part, because I see the forks in there that when you fold it and unfold it. So I think that's where the battery is. If you don't know that that particular thing is electric, or you don't see the throttle and the turn on and off mechanisms, you can easily believe that it's a regular foldable bike, but it packs a nice punch in there. So, about the mileage, let's go ahead and jump into the mileage discussion. As I mentioned before, I'm 260 pounds guy, so I'm almost 120 kilos. So I'm really pushing the limits of the maximum load. But even with me on it, it took me 10 miles. Like, the recommended range, or the manufacturer claims that it would drive 15.5 miles without the kick assist. If you pedal assist, even with my weight, it can go further. But in my case, almost no kick assist gave me 10 miles. And to be frank with you, I take it. Because the best thing about it is that maybe I gave it a push from time to time when I was going through a really high uphill battle. But apart from that, it's such a pleasurable ride. Like, it's a lot of fun to ride it around. And I did not only ride it on the roads, maybe I'm not allowed, but I took it in the park because it's so compact. It's not even suffering, it's giving me a smooth ride, so I like that a lot. What else did I do with it? I took it around the city. You can see the footage. Maybe we can do picture-in-picture here. The beauty of this thing comes from the fact that it's so unexpectedly powerful and useful. I mean, I had a lot of fun carrying it around. I even went shopping with it, and then of course it's not easy to carry much with me on the bike. I took a Uber back home, and as you can see in this picture, I actually put the foldable bike in the car's trunk, and it went in perfectly because it's tiny. Same goes for the Subway. Like, I went to work with it. That time I used Subway. You can see me wearing my regular daily suit and on an electric bike, on a foldable electric bike. You know, this is New York, people are used to seeing things, but some people gave me really nice cheer. I like that. But the added benefit was that it cut off 15 minutes from my daily commute, both ways. So in total, half an hour was smashed out of my total of an hour and 15 minutes. So instead of 75 minutes, I did my daily commute back and forth in 45 minutes. I'm sorry, but I take that any day. If you like this video and if you think that it's helpful, please do subscribe to this channel. It's free, there's no cost associated with it, and you get to hear from us more often. Alright, so the wheels are 14-inch wheels, which is rather small, but because it's an electric powered thing, it works smoothly. And most of the foldable bikes, they offer 14, 16-inch wheels. And I think 14 was a decent choice here. 16 would take away from the portability, and luckily it was not the case here. So when I bought it, the setup was also rather easy. I opened the box basically, I made a really nice time lapse about it. I opened the box, read the manual for like half a minute, and then it was so easy to unwrap, and it was packaged beautifully. Yeah, so it was in a big package. You can see the unboxing part as well. I liked it. Like, I liked it that there was even enough air pressure in the tire, so it was ready to roll. And I honestly took it for a spin in the apartment, and then after fully charging it, I went out. And my first ride actually happened on a right after the rain, so it was wet. It got their bike dirty a little bit, but it was good. Like, I even went through a couple of small pools of water, and then it worked. There is a nice cover on the charging port, so if you do that, you kind of seal it, then the water does not get in. But I do not recommend use of this thing during rain. Maybe after rain, or like 2-3 minutes of rain use would be enough, because you get cold. Let's talk about pros and cons. Pros are basically the size factor. It's foldable and you sit on it. For example, I am going to review an electric kick scooter soon, so don't forget to subscribe to this channel not to miss that. And I already actually reviewed U-Scooter, so you can also watch that video after this one. So when I'm looking for a last mile solution, I'm assessing both ones, like an electric bike or an electric kick scooter. And the advantage of electric bike in here is that you can sit on it. Like, you're not standing during the ride, and it's a comfortable thing. And another advantage is that when you run out of battery, you're not stranded. It's a decent foldable bike. Like, it was, how many kilos was that thing? I think it was about 25, 26 pounds, so 12, 13 kilos, which is very decent for a bike that size. So you can actually pedal, and when you're going uphill, if you combine pedaling, which I actually did and raced against some city bikes.
Now, this is as steep as it gets in New York, and I have two bicycles to compare this with, so lucky experience. Okay, so I need to pedal, but I can whistle and pedal, as you can tell. So I think those guys didn't understand that this is an electric bike, so they're trying to catch up with me, and they were surprised because I look so comfortable on the bike.
When you do that, it's a lot of fun, because when the motor engages as kick assist, it takes away the uphill effect. So whenever you're using the gears, oh, by the way, there's no gear, there's one gear, but that's where the electric motor comes into your help, because whatever the difficulty is, because the electric motor gives you the kick, you are always at the same pedaling performance. Of course, if you run out of battery, that would cause a problem, but I hope that you will not run out of battery when you're going an uphill battle. Otherwise, you will break a sweat like in any other bike, because eventually it's just a bike. So what about the other pros? The best thing about it is that it's foldable. So you can take it to work, you can leave it under your desk. If you have a information desk, you can kindly ask people if they can take a look, they can keep your bike there, and they're usually fine with it. I took it to the pool, and when I went there, I just talked to the information desk and I said, you know what, can you just keep it there for an hour when I'm getting my swimming class? And they were fine with it. Now, let's talk about the cons. I'm mostly positive about this bike. Like, my expectations weren't that high, and it exceeded them by far, because honestly, when they say the maximum mileage is 15 miles, And as a 260 pounds guy who pushes the limits of this thing, I wasn't expecting to get 10 miles out of it. So I truly believe that 15 miles commitment, if you're like say 200 pounds guy, 180 pounds guy, you can easily get that. But the battery indicator is, you know, in the cars, the gas tank is actually V-shaped. So when it's at full, it stays at full for so long and then it decreases very steadily. Somehow, same thing happens with this electric bike's battery indicator. You're at 5 bars, and then when you use the throttle, it goes down to 3. But if you don't know when to look at that, then you might consider yourself that you're still at 5, and then you stay at 5 for like the first 6 miles of the ride, and then the last 4 drains faster than the first 6 miles, in my opinion. At least the indicator was not indicating as accurately as it should, in my opinion. Another con, I just thought about it, we lose some of the torque. When the battery is fully charged and you're just out, the torque is more powerful than say when you're at 40%, 30% battery level. There's no indicator of that. There is no way to keep it at the highest performance and trade off with the mileage, but it just loses some of the torque. So you should keep that on mind. When you're first on the bike, you get the best torque out of it, and by the time the battery degrades, then you lose a little bit of torque. So I think I got 3 pros, 3 cons, but if I weigh them side by side, pros are a lot heavier than the cons. So I think I can recommend you buying this because it again suited really well to my situation. Like, we are in a tight space in New York, and buying a proper bike would take a lot of that space away.
Okay, this is easy, and it doesn't pick up much space in the elevator. As you see, just stays on the corner. If you actually are here, you occupy less space than having a dog with you, which is, I think, acceptable for your neighbors in the same building.
And honestly, when I go to work, I don't want to sweat when I'm taking a bike to work, and I will get anxious if I leave that bike outside. That's why I really wanted something foldable that I can take with me indoors. For me, it worked. I think it would work in your case too, but please be mindful that this is a regular bike, so any dangers associated with riding an electric vehicle or a regular bike is valid for this product too. So please be mindful, wear the necessary security items. And I would like to thank Swagtron for sending me this test unit, because I was interested in buying one and they were kind enough to send me. It now retails around $500, $600, and compared to the alternatives, I think it's well worth the money. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next review. We are now interested in last mile solutions, and we're, as always, interested in cool technology. We have an Oculus Go review, we have another electric scooter review coming up soon, so don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Take great care of yourselves until then. Thank you for watching.